Hello everyone, welcome to another video of lesson 8, food and beverages. So in this video, we are going to combine everything that we have learned so far. I think you can start from lesson 2 until this part lah, yeah, lesson 8, so that everything that we have learned, we can combine it into a longer sentence that contains different information, two or more different information, like what you are seeing right now on the screen. Okay, our objective here is to help guide you to construct longer sentence that contains two different verbs. Okay, now what are the two different verbs here? Basically, it's like you go to somewhere and you eat something. Yeah, both of these verbs we have already learned in different lesson, right? Go to somewhere, I believe we already learned in lesson 7. Go to KL, go to library, go to class, right? So eat something is what we learned recently in lesson 8. Eat nasi lemak, eat nasi goreng, semua tu lah, ya. Now, how do we construct sentences that can include two different verbs? Okay, so I want you guys to understand the basic concept or the logic behind the Mandarin sentence punya structure dulu lah, ya. Okay, now the first verb phrase mentioned in a Mandarin sentence is the first activity done by the person. Okay, now maybe this suddenly appears, you don't know what I'm talking about. So in Mandarin sentence, if you see here, there are two different verbs. Okay, the first verb that you see is always the first activity done by the person logically. Contoh, okay, let us try this first. For example, these are the two words lah, ya. You go somewhere to eat something. You pergi sesuatu tempat untuk makan sesuatu. Dalam bahasa, if I explain in English sentence or Malay sentence, I go somewhere to eat something. I go somewhere to eat something. Okay, let me ask you guys. Which action did I do first? Perkara mana yang saya buat dulu? I go somewhere first or I eat something first? Think carefully. The answer should be go somewhere first. Very good, yeah? If you think logically, the sentence, the meaning of the sentence already tell you that person go somewhere first, then only he eats something, right? So go somewhere is the first activity done by the person. So in a Mandarin sentence, if you ever see a verb phrase which appears first, which means that first verb phrase is the first activity done by the person. Okay, but here sometimes this is different from English and Malay language, you know, as the first verb phrase does not necessarily indicate the first activity done by the person. In English and Malay sometimes tak sama tau. The first verb that appears that you read is not necessarily the first activity. Okay, what is the example? You see here in the sentence, like macam ni, I go to school by bus. Now tell me, in this sentence, I go to school by bus, which action is done first? This person do what action first? Go to school first or by bus first? Sebab dekat sini ada dua action, ya. He take the bus or he go to school first. He take the bus first or he go to school first. You think carefully, logically, the meaning already tell you going to school is actually the second activity, not the first activity done by the person. Because logically speaking, the person should take the bus. By bus, then only he is able to go to school, right? So this is one of the example in English and Malay sentence that is like different structure from Mandarin. So Mandarin, we cannot say like this, you know. Kita tak boleh macam translate bulat-bulat. I go to school first, then I say by bus in Mandarin. Cannot. You cannot translate straight away like that. You need to understand, oh, this person saying I go to school by bus. But in Mandarin, I should say, I take the bus to go to school, right? I take the bus to go to school. That is how you should say it in Mandarin. First action is the first verb. Second action is the second verb. That's what I'm trying to tell you here. Okay, now let us try another example lah, yeah. You see, subject, the first action and the second action. So in English, you see, yeah, they go to Malay restaurant to eat fried rice. This one is still very straightforward lah, yeah. The action one, okay, which one is the first action first? They go to Malay restaurant first, or they eat fried rice first? You think like that first. Think logically. So obviously, go to Malay restaurant is first action. Eat fried rice is second action. Because you need to go there only, then you can eat fried rice, right? So you say 他们去马来餐厅吃炒饭。他们去马来餐厅吃炒饭。So 去马来餐厅 is the first action. Go to Malay restaurant. Okay. Then the second action is eat fried rice. Okay. 吃炒饭, second action. So you see, in Mandarin sentence, we follow this rule very strictly, so that people will not confuse what action you do first, what action you do second. Yeah, because you are telling them in order. You ikut urutan, you bagi tahu secara ikut urutan kan, orang akan faham dalam bahasa Mandarin. Yeah. So now, what if I want to make my sentence longer by adding another information beside the action 1 and action 2? I add date and time. Where should I add it? Add it before any action. Because action is considered verb, right? Verb always is at the end of sentence. So before that, you just add the date or time lah, yeah. Okay, you see here, yeah. They went to Malay restaurant yesterday to eat fried rice. Yesterday dia muncul dekat sini. But in Mandarin cannot, yeah. You need to put it before the action 1 and action 2. Yesterday is 昨天. Okay, so you see, after 昨天, action 1, go to Malay restaurant, right? Go to Malay restaurant. Then the second action is eat fried rice, right? So you see, it's the same structure, same rule applied here. So let us try to read this whole sentence again. 他们昨天去马来餐厅吃炒饭。他们昨天去马来餐厅吃炒饭。Okay? Now, what if I want to add another word? The sentence is already long enough, right? But I still can add some more word. What if I want to add the word 要? Do you still remember the word 要? It means want, right? You want to do something. You plan to do something. You nak buat sesuatu. Boleh juga ya. Sebab ni berkaitan dengan action 1 and action 2 kan. You want to do some action. Okay? So now let's try. They want to go to Malay restaurant tonight to eat fried rice. You see, there's the first action, there's the second action. But beside that, I also have the date and time, which is tonight. Malam hari ini. And also want. Okay? Let's try. Follow this structure. Subject first, 他们 followed by date and time, 今天晚上. Then only you use the word 要 mahu atau nak. Mau buat apa? 去马来餐厅吃炒饭. Okay? So you see, it follows this rule very strictly. Each word must be placed at the correct location. Date and time must put here. 要 must put here before the action and action 1 and action 2. Okay, so let's read this whole sentence again. 他们今天晚上要去马来餐厅吃炒饭。他们今天晚上要去马来餐厅吃炒饭. So this sentence is trying to tell you what is their plan tonight. Tonight they plan to go to Malay restaurant to eat fried rice. So this is like the future ahead lah ya. Kita dah tahu apakah yang mereka rancang nak buat. What they plan to do ahead in the future. Okay. Now, Another example, okay, if you understand this already, a different example here is using this word 喜欢. 喜欢 means like, suka, ya. Totally different from the word want or yao. So totally two different example. So let's try this. You see the example here. They like to go to Malay restaurant in the morning to eat fried rice. They like to go to Malay restaurant in the morning to eat fried rice. You see, 他们喜欢早上去马来餐厅吃炒饭。他们喜欢早上去马来餐厅吃炒饭。So you see the action 1 and action 2 still appears here, but the word 喜欢 means they like to do this. Means if they like to do something, they will do it like maybe every day lah, yeah? They will repeatedly do it over and over again for every day lah, yeah? Like you see, they like to go to Malay restaurant in the morning to eat fried rice. It's like their routine. Macam sudah jadi tabiat, sudah jadi macam kebiasaan harian mereka. Yeah? They like to do it. So like must be spoken first before the date or time. So this one is a little bit different from just now. How do you use the word yao lah, yeah? This one is put before the date and time. They like to go to Malay restaurant in the morning to eat fried rice. 他们喜欢早上去马来餐厅吃炒饭. Okay, so this is something that is like getting more and more complicated lah, yeah? But I hope it is still within the limit of your understanding. Okay, so now all of this still involves action 1 and action 2, but occasionally sometimes we can add some other information like date or time, if you want to use the word yao, want, or if you want to use the word 喜欢 or like, which all we learned in lesson 8. Yeah. Okay, now we this part of the video is done lah, yeah? So if we move on to another part of this video, we are going to learn how to use the word 在. 在 is a word that we learned already, right, in lesson 4 earliest. 在 means at, in, or on a place. So actually, 在 sometimes can be used in a verb. Okay, because you already at a place. So you see, they eat fried rice at Malay restaurant. You see, the person is already at Malay restaurant. They are not going anymore. Like just now, all the example is go to Malay restaurant, went to Malay restaurant, right? Same. But this one is already at. But doesn't matter. You need to tell in the sentence, in Mandarin sentence, that the person is already at the place, then he is doing something there. Dia sudah berada dekat tempat tu, baru dia buat sesuatu dekat sana. Yeah? You need to tell it according to this urutan, to this logic. Baru dia make sense. Yeah? So, 他们在马来餐厅吃炒饭. You see, this is totally different from the English sentence structure, you know. You see, in English, they say eat fried rice first. Baru dia orang kata at Malay restaurant. Macam dalam bahasa Melayu, mereka makan di Malay restaurant. Mereka makan di Malay restaurant. Betul, dekat bahasa Melayu is correct. But Malay, in Mandarin, we cannot follow completely. We have our own sentence structure where we need to follow the logic, the order of the action. Okay, so for example, 在马来餐厅. This is the first action because this is already like completed. We complete the first action first, then only we do the second action, 吃炒饭. Yeah, this is because a person need to be at a certain place first, which is considered as the first action, before you can do the following actions. Yeah, this is the logic. I hope this logic makes sense to you guys as well lah. Yeah. Maybe you are familiar with Malay or English sentence already, but Mandarin sentence, it's not too hard lah. Yeah? The logic behind it, the logic behind it, it's not too complicated. I hope you can still understand it and understand why you need to follow the sentence structure in Mandarin like this. Why you cannot follow Malay or English sentence structure in certain situation. Like this lah. Yeah? They eat fried rice at Malay restaurant. 他们在马来餐厅吃炒饭. Okay, so for example, maybe I can give you example extra before we end our video. So for example, you can use, okay, they attend class. This is from lesson 7, right? They attend class at lecture hall, right? Okay, in MIMAT we have lecture hall called DK, Dewan Kuliah, DK01. Okay, DK01, Dewan Kuliah, ya? So you see, in English or in Malay, the structure is different. Now you can tell me, how do you say this in Mandarin according to the Mandarin structure? 他们 use the word 在. Okay, DK01 no need to translate lah, ya. 他们在 DK01 attend class. What is the Mandarin word? 上课, right? You see, 他们在 DK01 上课. So you see here, you need to say it like this first, because the first action is to tell the people where are they at. Mereka berada di mana dulu, baru dia orang dapat perform the second action, right? 上课. Takkan you nak 上课 dekat mana-mana tak ada tempat, kan? So this is something that you should know. Okay, the sentence structure in Mandarin follows this logic. So I hope I make myself clear enough, because this is like it seems complicated on the surface, but when you understand it already, it's not that hard. It's not that hard lah, yeah. I'm just trying to give you a confident boost. Okay, so that's all for this video. I hope you guys do your best to try these sentences, understand it, practice it, and I shall see you again in another video. 谢谢。